Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. These calls shouldn't be mixed up with our opportunity calls, which is where we invite new people on to show them the business and then ask questions. These are, some would say, more important. These are our mentoring sessions. We had two for our friends in Japan and Australia. That's not to say anyone can't join, but they're specifically scheduled to help them with their time zones. For us, it's 11 o'clock. For Colin and Ben and Stephen in Japan, it's 7 o'clock. And for Jenny in Australia, it's 8 o'clock. For Simon, it's midday. So these calls are to help people build their business. So how we're going to start, first of all, I want to introduce you to John. We've got John Harris here, who isn't in my team. But does that mean because I'm getting no financial inducement, I can't help him? Absolutely not. He's got a sponsor who, I think in John's words, he might say a few right words. And we know through experience, it's important what vehicle you choose to get to financial freedom, but just as important is the sponsor who you pick, because we all know you have a bad sponsor and your business will take you nowhere. So we've taken John on as an orphan and we're going to help him get to where he wants to get. So please give a warm welcome to John. John's from the UK. And we're also going to have a few words in a moment from one of my leadership team, who is Willie. I can't see Willie. Is he on the call?
Willie was on the call.
No.
Right. So Willie's had a few personal issues to get over. He's taken a step back. He said, take me off the leadership team. We were never going to do that. And his bum has shot out the saddle. But now his bum is firmly back in the saddle and we're here to help him. And why are we doing that? Because the name of our group, you know the name of it, it's CFX Superstars, and our ethos, which we're passionate about, is very simple. It's called People Helping People. It's what we do. Without further ado, how we're going to start. So the first thing, when you have new people in your team, the first thing you'll ask them is, what should I? May sound a dumb question. You want to find why they joined CFX. Invariably, it's because, say it's Jenny. Right, let's use Jenny as an example. Jenny, what was your why? Why did you join CFX? Just in a couple of, doesn't need to be long-winded, just a few words. Why did you join?
Just as a backup plan and early retirement from my job that I hate talking about.
Right, absolutely perfect. Now, what Jenny doesn't know, by that answer she's giving, most people on here will know, well, we know anyway. Once we've shown, we'll assume Jenny's a new lady, once she's seen my 3-minute video, Jenny doesn't know, but we all know what option Jenny's going to take. And let's prove I'm right by sitting back there with a cup of whatever you're drinking, listen to the video, and what I'm saying now will make sense in 3 minutes' time. Janet, over to you, dear.
Okay. Right.
Janet, can you check you've got the sound switched on for the screen share?
There's no sound, Janet. Options that they have when they join. So let's hit the road running. So option one is you join, you become a passive member. We call it a pocket money member. You wouldn't need to be coming on any meetings. You probably certainly wouldn't need any help from me or indeed your sponsor. You just be coming in, you'd be taking your daily passive trading profits. And if that's what you choose to do, that's absolutely fine. You may well along the road decide you're so grateful that someone has taken the time to share CFX with you. You may well feel that you want to share it with people who you know and love and care about. So that's option one. We call it being a pocket money member. The second option is you choose not to be sort of a team member. You really want to be a lone ranger. You want to do it your way. you'd find that road to financial freedom a lot longer and a lot more difficult, especially not have learned all the proper skill sets. And when we say about the road to financial freedom, let me just explain that to you, because lots of people think it's about having private yachts and planes. It has nothing to do with that, guys. When you Google financial freedom, it actually means that having the ability to pay one's reasonable living expenses without having to work to earn it passively. So when we say about that first option, without taking out any money and upgrading, you can reach that $100,000 back in 4.5 to 5 years. Our track, so that's option one. You've now heard option two, doing it on your own. Option three, we call that the fast track. That's when people want to reach that road to financial freedom in 18 months to 2 years. And with that one, they obviously need to take action. They would agree to be mentored. So we normally have a couple of mentoring calls a week, no longer than 15, 20 minutes. They agree to put aside a minimum of 5 hours a week to their business. Just so you know, that may sound a lot, but if you break that down, guys, it's no more than 3% of the 168 hours in the week. And we mentor them and we make sure they're hitting their targets. So that's the difference on the three options. So you've got option one, you're a pocket money member. Option two, you choose to do it alone. And option three is the option where we fast track you, and we do that by following a tried and trusted system, which was put together and created by no one less than John Kinnear, who, apart from being the marketing director of CFX, he has a team of 120,000 people. And we all follow that religiously, and it's got a lot of people where they want to be. And most people, 80% of people, tend to choose option three. But the choice isn't ours what option you take. The option is yours. Thank you, everyone, and see you at the top. So, right, thank you, Janet. So you can see, guys, we know exactly which box.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dory McDonald, and I am here today with my.
Sorry. You okay, Janet?
Sorry, yeah, I'm not very good at this yet. I'm still learning.
So we know the exact box that Jenny is going to go into. She is going to be a builder, and she's going to build a team. Now, the next thing Janet's going to bring up is not mine, John Kinnear's system for success, because that is what everyone is buying into on the call. And it's very easy when we get people who are not achieving, as we're checking their activity, if they're not achieving it, it's very easy for us to pinpoint the reason why, because it will almost certainly be one of those things on that system for success. They're not saying it out there, but do you know what? I'm not going to do that. That's not necessary. You cannot pick bits out. The reason it works, it's a system. And there is a saying, which is 100% true, guys, and it says, people fail, systems don't. So let Jenny bring up the systems for success, and we will go through every part of it and take any questions. I don't think there'll be too many. Thank you, Janet. I think it might be back a little bit, love. I don't know.
There you go.
There we go. Right. You can't bring it up a bit larger, Janet?
That's as much as I can do.
Right.
Sorry.
So you can see, guys, the process. Number one, lots of these you've been through, is you must create the person's account with them. Otherwise, they will go off on walkabout, as they call it in Australia, and they will create their own account. and they won't create a Gmail account. The reason they need a Gmail account, guys, is it's encrypted. So this is where people think, this is what we're talking about, a bad sponsor who says, yeah, hello, John, welcome to the business. I'm off now then. If you need me, you know, here's my phone number. No, 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 no. That's when the work of a sponsor starts. That's how we earn our money, by helping people get to where they want to be. So we help them, and that makes sure they do not open a Hotmail account or a Yahoo account. It's vital. The second thing is we don't allow them to fund their account. This is not my area of expertise, because we all know in any business, you don't have to know everything. So if I had a new person coming on, I'm fortunate, I'm surrounded by many, many techie people. So I'd ask Janet, I'd ask Colin, I'd ask Stephen, I might even ask Jenny, because it's not something that I excel in. My skill set is bringing people to the table, which is testament to the 2,400 people I have in my team. If you get them to do it on their own, they don't have any understanding of Bitcoin. They end up, if I was sending Colin money or Colin was sending me money, I'm savvy enough to say, Colin, I'm going to mention to you the first 3 numbers on my wallet address and the last 3. When I send them, can you check they're there? Because we know that if you miss off a digit, it ends up in cyberspace, and your $500,000, $2,000 is lost forever. Oh, is that vital? You better believe it's vital. The next thing we've just gone through, you need to find out a person is why. Get them to watch my video. You then ask me or the team, or add a picture to put in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is a powerful tool, even if you've got people who are only looking. Colin would say, can you mention my friend Lee? He's just looking at this amazing business. We all know, if you're not a lazy liker, and there's not many people on this call who are, you will go in and say, hey, you don't know how lucky you are that Colin's shown you this business. You need to hang on for the ride of your life. All of a sudden, Lee wakes up the following day and he's got 10 people saying he's in the right place. What do you think that Facebook group has done? It's done the work for Colin. And he says, hey, Colin, judging by what I've seen in that Facebook group, what do I need to do to join? So don't miss out on that trick. And please, if Jenny put someone in there and she saw 10 people having a like, putting on a message, because a like motivates no one. What do you think Jenny's going to do if she sees someone else put in the group? Do you think she's going to look at it and say, no, I can't be bothered? No, that's not in Jenny's DNA, and it's not in Colin's, and it's not in everyone's on this group. That's why the ethos, remember, people helping people. We then add them to our Telegram group. We then help them set up their daily targets, the number of calls or messages they're going to make, and the links. And they need to set it out on a vision board. Having it in your mind is useless. If you want to take some notes, a typical, and they need to be your vision board, a typical one for a new person would be something like this. With the leadership team's help, I'd like to get 2 people in my business in the next 2 or 3 weeks, so I can help them to get their hands on one of these amazing landing pages. I'd like to get my seed money back within the first month, easily possible. I'd like 10 people in my team in the next 2 months, and by September, I'd like to be executive. Just so you know, the record for getting to executive is 11 days. Because I'm a lazy old man, it took me 21 days. Do I feel the need to apologise for that? No, I don't. I think 21 days is pretty cool. And then you show them how they've got to go and build their warm list. And what you mustn't do, which all of us have done, you cannot afford to prejudge people. Now imagine, let's use John Harris, our new guy. Say John was making his list up and he decided, which is no job of his to decide whether I should be on his list. He's made a decision. I'm not going to put Ron on my list. He has no idea how wretched my finances have been. Oh, John and I bump into each other in our local coffee house. 6 months later, this scenario could happen. How you doing, John? Yeah, I'm fine, Ron. What's that business you started talking to me about, John? Was it CNN? No, get the name right, Ron. It's CFX. Yeah, that was the one, John. How's it going? John says, very well. Then I drop him the bombshell. I said, but you didn't tell me, John, but I spoke to a fella up the bowls club the other day and his son-in-law told me about it. And I joined and I've got 50 people in my team. All of a sudden, poor John nearly spills his coffee over himself and his face goes red. And John's not a liar by nature, but he tells me a barefaced lie. What do you think he tells me? He says, Ron, I'm really happy for you. You guys know John isn't happy, is he? He's absolutely gutted because he knows if he hadn't have prejudged me, I should be in his team and so should the 50 people under me. So we know we've all made these mistakes. I actually made it very recently. I had a guy who was in another business with me. I knew he was on his butt, money-wise, and I didn't share it with him because I didn't think he had the money. I've now found out he's in someone else's team and he's just gone to executive and he's got 35 people in his team. So look, what am I here telling you? You shouldn't prejudge, and I did the same. But it's an easy mistake to make. The next thing is you show your landing pages. Janet, could you show them your landing page? Because we're going to share with you our nice, you've probably all seen the landing pages, but we're going to show you what our new financial survey looks like, which we're pretty pleased about. You don't have to have this, guys. It's an optional. So here's what it...
Hang on, I haven't got... No, this is the old one. I need to go back and get it up.
Well, you've got my one, Janet. I've sent it to you, love.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got mine as well here.
You got, yeah, I'm sure you must have. I only just... Oh, you got it on it.
Hang on. Oh. No, it's not. No.
And Janet, I have it if you want to. I could share it if you want.
Go on then, please. Thank you. I'll stop sharing. Yeah.
You need to make Colin up. Yeah. I sent it to you, Janet.
Right.
I know, and I've just looked at it.
All your links on one page
under my name. I've got them all.
There we go. Colin. Oops. Colin's got it. No worries.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're not sharing yet, Colin. You know it.
I'm still a newbie at all this sharing lot.
Give me a second.
Hold on, I'm going to get you yours again, Janet, and send it.
It is it.
Oh, here we are.
There we go.
There we go. Right, so this is Colin's page. This is a picture of Colin, and then he's going to take you down, start the survey now. When we started this, guys, it had 9 questions, most of them totally unnecessary. With now, slim. Oh, is it not opening up, Colin? Or
Okay.
are you a bit
Yeah, I was waiting for you to. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here you go, guys. First name, surname. 3 pretty simple questions. The first one.
Click on Colin.
Right. And the first one is come up so light I can barely see it. How do you feel about your current financial situation? Extremely concerned, very concerned, neutral, or no comment? Pretty basic question. The second one, are you concerned about your retirement pension plan? Yes, no, undecided. Number 3, are you happy with your current earnings? Are you, sorry, are you happy with your current savings or investment? Yes, no, undecided. Last but not least, have you considered an additional income stream? Yes or no? Colin will tell you. He sent that to himself. How long did it take for you to get it back, Colin?
It took a minute, basically.
It took a minute. Now,
So,
these pages, guys, so you all know, thanks for that, Colin. So we all know, guys, with the landing pages, they're free from your sponsor. Someone like John, of course, is going to pay for his because his sponsor he's flying around planet Earth. We don't know where he is. But the survey page, if you don't see it has any benefits, I wouldn't know why not, but your sponsor will not pay for that. If you have it today or tomorrow, it will cost you an extra £15. However, going forward, it's such a lot of work. We're rather fortunate. We've got Steve who does this for us. He doesn't like spending time on it. It is not profitable. He does it because he's a member. So going forward, if you want that survey paid, it's going to cost you 20 quid. He doesn't even want to do it for 20 quid, but he will do it because he's a member. And we think it has a great benefit. You don't have to have it if you don't want it, guys. So basically, you can tell if one or more of you aren't achieving what you should be achieving. All Janet and I have got to do is to go down Steve Kinnear's System for Success, and invariably it will be one of those things you're not doing. Now, you may or may not know the lifeblood. Hold on, there's a couple of questions in the chat. Just a comment. This system is assuming you have a new member. For some, the difficulty is getting the new member. Yeah, that's a good point. We're going to go over that, Jill. Thank you for that. Is that we know the power of duplication. If you haven't got duplication in your business, it will not grow. So I'm going to pick on our Jenny again. If Jenny has got, how many new people have you got in your business now, Jenny?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
See,
6 in my business now.
I know straight away, Jenny is not duplicating. Now, she might blow me out the water and tell me I'm wrong. The reason I believe I know that, because if Jenny was duplicating, she would keep sending me a £50, English pounds, to my PayPal account when one of her people hits 2 people in her team. So, am I right on that assumption, or would there be, or are you going to say you have got 6 people, but none of them have yet got 2 people? Can you bring me up to date on that, Jenny?
That's correct. I've just signed 2 people up in the last 2 days, and the other 4 people are just sitting back passively at the moment. They just want to get a bit of history in their account before they want to.
Okay, have you asked?
Which is their account, of course.
Yeah. That's great. Will you go back to those people on first today and ask them their why, and then send them my 3-minute video? And then they still might want to be pocket money members, but once you say, well, this is the fast track way to get the financial freedom in 18 months to 2 years, and they might then end up in option 3 almost without knowing it. Do you think that's a good idea?
There's, out of my 6, there's 5 of them that are definitely going to build on it, but they just want to get some history in their account first. It's purely,
they want to get, see,
it's their decision. I'm not pushing them into.
Stop people doing what they're doing. For me, yeah. I didn't see any benefit in waiting. No benefit.
Oh, look, I agree
whatsoever.
As well.
Yeah,
I agree totally, but if people want to do that, that's
absolutely right, Jenny.
Yeah.
You can't stop. Yeah. If that was me with you and you said that to me, I'd say, Jenny, I understand that, but what is wrong with you sharing my back office, sharing my withdrawals, sharing my earnings? You actually
Yeah,
know.
I've offered that also, Ron. But
Oh,
they
right,
wanted to
okay,
do
no,
their
that's
own. Yeah.
absolutely great. Oh, we
Yep.
know where we are then.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on what we've heard so far, guys, is there anyone on the call now who hasn't written down what their targets are on their vision board? I always laugh and say I have asked you a million times, but you all know I am open to exaggeration. But seriously, we have spoken about it on many of these calls. I know Simon has got his. I know Ben had his in his mind, and he actually got that very technical piece of kit out called a pen and paper, and I think he's got his down. Jonathan, how are you doing? I'm assuming you're writing furiously and you're putting your targets now down, John, are you?
I've had a target, which I've had almost from day one. I don't always reach what I'm working
Well, no,
for. But
listen, let me tell you about targets. It doesn't matter. My target, John, was to get to director in December. I'm good at taking people to the watering well. I'm not bad at making them drink the water, but I can't force them to drink it as fast as I want them to, can I? So my target for director had to be pushed back and back and back and back. And if I told you now, you might be helping me celebrate me reaching director next week. But I said that for the last 4 weeks, John. So it doesn't matter. If I said to you next week, what was your target for your messages and calls you were going to make, John? And you said it was 10 a day, Ron. And I say, well, that was 4 days ago, Jonathan. That's 40. Give me an update. And we know shit and life, excuse my friend, gets in the way. That doesn't matter. So you might say, well, Ron, on the first day, my glasses fell off and I trod them on. And on the next day, I run over next door's cat. And on the third day, I'd had too much to drink. I woke up. That's okay. And then you might say, but on day 4, Ron, I get my butt into gear and I'm now speaking with 3 or 4 people. So it doesn't matter if you can't reach the targets. But if you don't have the targets, you can't reach them anyway because you haven't got a target. Does that make sense, John?
it does. Yeah, it's a factual thing. I know that.
Absolutely, yeah. I think
Can I
so.
ask you to come up, Ron, please? We can only see the top of your head.
Yes, I'm sorry. And
Oh,
what we
hey.
also need to do, guys, not enough of you are using our skill sets. So people like Jenny, who seem pretty okay with what they're doing. If you're sending out messages and you're getting an awkward reply, please leave it in the group so we can help you. Don't just wing it. There's no need to do that. And if people are thinking, well, I can't even get people to talk to, this is particularly for Jill, who at the moment has the same frustration as our Stephen has with the States and Canada. All you go on to is find friends, and you find out, you go into their profile. The first thing I look for, guys, if I've got a guy called Colin Smith, and I look, the last time he was on Facebook was 3 months ago, why do I want to send him a message and waste my time? Because if he hasn't been active on Facebook in 3 months, what makes me think he's going to be active with my message? Colin gets blown away, or say for a later date. So we go on. And if I read on Colin's profile, he works from home. He likes investing. He's a crypto geek. Straight away, he's just the person who I want to make friends with. And then I've got to get the key to opening the door, haven't I? I've got to open that door. We call it the conversation door. So what we don't want to do is say, hello, Colin, I've got a fantastic business called CFX. Whoa. How about the art of connecting? Oh, if Colin was Jonathan Harris's age, I'd make a joke. Bear in mind, I knew Jonathan anyway. I'd say to John, I'm so busy. My grandchildren are running me ragged. And John would get back to me and may say something like, tell me, Ron, I had mine yesterday. I'm still getting over it. So straight away, John isn't a stranger, is he? We're going to talk about anything except CFX. And I will know the point, or John might say, or I might say, what do you do to keep the wolf away from the door, John? That's an English saying, you might not have heard it. What do you do? What do you do to pay the bills? Someone got a radio? All right, that's gone. What do you do to keep yourself busy all night? I might say, on a lighter note, John, have you made your first million yet? Or are you like me, still in the queue? If I was on the phone to Simon, and Simon had a picture on his profile of a classic car, well, I'd make a comment about it, whether I like classic cars or not. Simon doesn't know. So I'd say, hey, Simon, what do I need to do to take a spin in your car? He said, he'll say something like, you've got no chance, Ron, although you live in the UK. I've heard about your driving ability. And straight away, Simon and I have got some, we've unlocked the key, haven't we? If their little picture comes up in the bottom right-hand corner and they haven't responded, but they've seen your post, that's what it means. All you've got to do, you've got to have a bit of fun doing this. I would make a joke. If I was an Australian, I would say, hey, you can respond. Us Aussies don't bite, honestly. And they're either going to tell you to bog off or they're going to block you. Who cares? Because it's a numbers game. So that's what you need to do on that. When you're phoning people, what people don't know, most people see the glass as half empty. Anyone who knows and cares and loves me will know I never see the glass as half empty. So when I make a phone call, I know the more no's you get, the nearer you are to a yes. So I reckon every 20 calls or messages I make, I reckon on average, the 21st or 20th one is going to be a yes. Oh, I've worked out, because I was good at sums at school, and I still am, I reckon with a new member who is moderately active in your team, they are going to be worth to you in between $400 and $500. I pared it down to $300. Oh, I've decided to divide $300 by 20. And you know what it comes to? It comes to $15. So every time I get a no, I love it, don't I? Because my till goes ching, and I get paid $15. When I phone up Jonathan and he says no, I then say, Jonathan, I understand that. It's not everyone's, it's not for you at the moment. Can I keep your name, Jonathan? Put it in my No For Now book, and every few months I'll get back to you and tell you what's happening. Not many people are going to say no. And then I phone up Simon, and Simon says no. And I got another $15. All of a sudden, I've done this 19 times, and I've earned $285. Then I get on the call to that lovely lady, Janet Walder. And Janet says, yes, bingo, I've earned my $300. Does the way I equate that make sense? Because it is a numbers game. And when I say to people, even before I get out of bed in the morning, I'm supping through my first cuppa of the day. We call it a brew in the UK. You might call it a cup of tea if you're more sophisticated. Colin's heard of a brew because he comes from the north of England. I make 20, not calls, messages before I get out of bed. Copy and pasting, guys, that takes roughly 15 minutes. And the message will go something like this. We don't want to tell them we're interested in hearing if we've got things in common. We're actually not interested on anything they do, are we? So let's not give them a false impression. Hello, Jenny. Great to connect with like-minded people. I hope you're staying well and keeping COVID free. I see we share some mutual contacts on social media. I call them the usual suspects. That normally makes them laugh. Great to connect. Take care. Jenny Lanyon, professional investor, passive Forex investor. Boom. That's all you need. And that's the first message that you send out. When you start doing some talking, I call it online foreplay, because we know that's what it is. And then the time will come where they're going to say, well, what do you do, Jenny? And you're going to say to them, can I send you a short video which explains my online journey? Or you might say beforehand, Jenny, can you do me a 10-minute favour? This is not me, this is John Kinnear. When a guy's telling you to do this, the system he's put together, who's a marketing director of a company with 120,000 people, you look up and take notice. That's the only reason that I've got 2,450 people, because I've followed what John says. Can you tell me what you like best about it and what you like worst? So when Jenny phones up, she said, yes, of course I can do that. You're not going to send it to her straight away, because we want to make sure it's fresh in Jenny's mind. Look, Jenny, I want to make sure I phone you as soon as you've watched it. Will you be able to watch it now, Jenny? Or shall we reschedule a time later in the day or tomorrow? What would suit you best, Jenny? Jenny, what would suit you best?
Now.
Now, okay, I'll send it to Jenny now. Ding, ding. That's supposed to be an English telephone ringing. Oh, I phoned up Jenny. Jenny, what did you like best about it? So Jenny might say, well, Ron, you know I'm lazy by nature and I've got my kids. The thing I liked about it was I noticed that it was passive. I wouldn't have to sit with my nose stuck against the screen watching signals. It's all done passive. Do you know how easy this is? The answer we're going to give Jenny, I'm going to give Jenny, is the same answer. It's a one size fits all. I'm going to say, do you know what, Jenny? That's what everyone says. Whatever Jonathan says. Do you know what, Jonathan? That's what everyone says. You do not need a university degree to come up with that answer. Now, when I asked Jenny, what did you like worst about it? I may have a really good day and Jenny might say, because she feels sorry for an old bugger like me, she might say, well, do you know what, Ron? There's actually nothing I don't like about it. But she might say, well, the thing I don't like about it, Ron, I've Googled it and I think it's a Ponzi scheme. Now, you have to overcome that objection. You can, if you're a bit nervous, say, that's a great question, Jonathan or Jenny. Can I get back to you? I would say, that's a great question. Normally, one that really embarrasses them is I might say, do you know what a Ponzi scheme is, Jonathan? And poor Jonathan's panicking on the phone because he hasn't got a bloody clue what a Ponzi scheme is. Well, let me explain, Jonathan, what it is. It was started in the 1920s, and a Ponzi scheme, in essence, is a scheme which has no service, it has no product. It's designed generally when people get wind of it, it hasn't got legs and it falls down in between 6 and 8 months. Bear in mind, our business is just short of its 2-year birthday. And what it is new people coming into the business pay for the people who came in earlier. That normally overcomes it. If Jenny said to me, I think it's a pyramid, I might have a joke and say, well, I haven't got any sand on my shoes. That might make Jenny laugh, but of course it's not overcoming the objection. Well, let me tell you, Jenny, actually every institution on planet Earth is a pyramid. The South African government, the royal family, Richard Branson. If you have a look at Richard Branson, he's in his ivory tower. The next level in the pyramid are his senior made board directors. You've then got his directors, the top managers, the middle managers. He's then got the airline pilots, the trolley dollies, and he's got little Janet, who's a virgin toilet cleaner. Not as though Janet would ever be a virgin toilet cleaner. Now, Janet could be the best virgin toilet cleaner on planet Earth. You and I know, guys, she's never going to sit in Richard Branson's chair. She might have designs above her capabilities and say to her boss, I'm going to apply, because she was a bit of a looker, I'm going to apply to be a trolley dolly. And she might be the head trolley dolly. But that's about it. Whereas if you have a look on the pyramid of CFX, there's 300,000 odd members. So let's assume, guys, we've got 30 levels of 10,000 people. I'm in the top 2% of the company. I'm number 156 out of 300,000. So I'm on the second level, aren't I? I can't get on the first level because I'd have to join Huascar on the board of directors. I haven't got there because I'm cleverer than anyone on this call. I haven't got there because I'm worked hard. I've been in the business 14 months. And my sponsor, who took 3 months to get hold of me, when I was recuperating in hospital from COVID, I was earning more money in my first hour than Michael, my sponsor, had earned in 3 months. I had 3 people in my business. By the end of the first week, I got enough money to get my seed money back. And by the end of the second week, I had enough to upgrade. So that'll give you an idea of overcoming the objections. So that's what we do on the objection front, guys. Is there any questions that Janet or I can answer?
You've done a brilliant. Oh, yes,
Colin,
Colin.
carry on. The call
Can-
wouldn't be a call if Colin didn't have a question. Carry on, Colin.
Yeah. So if somebody registers for CFX, but they don't deposit, so their name it's in your back office, but they're not, they're not
In the
paid up.
pending file, Colin.
Right. Can that person sign somebody up?
No,
No,
they can't.
Okay.
And
They
Janet made a good point this morning. She said, can we change things on the landing page to stop people registering without you knowing and registering a Hotmail account? We can't keep, with this guy, I really have to treat him with kid clubs. We can't keep that, Janet knows it. We can't keep going back to this Steve Cooper. Can we change this? Colin wants to add a little star on the end. Hold on, Stephen's come back. He wants a few jumping fish. No, 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 no. It's not going to happen. What we do know, if Colin gets someone and he doesn't tell Colin, but he goes on his landing page, he registers and he says, Colin says to him, what email have you registered with? A Hotmail? It's no problem. Just leave that. Wait till I get on, re-register again, either use a Gmail account or create one. That's really what you wanted to know as well, wasn't it, Janet?
yes, that's right. Yeah, my fear was they would sign up off the landing page using the wrong email. Yeah, but going back to you, Colin, somebody has to buy a pack before they can actually start recruiting. Otherwise, they won't get a link.
All right. So
Yes,
that
you're right.
the link only appears once they bought a pack.
Once,
that
once the funds are into their account,
Right.
yes.
Okay. I got it. Thanks.
Christine, can we have a word from you? I don't recognise you, Christine. Can you remind me who?
No, it's not Christine, it's Charlotte.
Oh, sorry, it's not. I saw CHRIS. I thought it was. I do beg
No,
your pardon.
No,
Charlotte.
yeah, Charlotte joined us a little bit late. She had an important phone call she had to attend to
Okay.
first.
Don't forget, guys, next Wednesday is the last night where we're going to collate all the newbies who came on the call. Some of you might not realise we're having a competition. Charlotte's got a friend of hers in it, and we've got 2 or 3 others, and Janet's going to pick them out of the hat. And the persons whose name we pick up, the first person will get $100 off of a first package. So if Charlotte's friend won it, for example, and she bought a $300 pack, she'd only pay $200. And we're even going to give a runners-up prize. We're going to do this every week. The runners-up prize, instead of waiting until you've got 2 people in your team for a landing page, we're going to give you a free landing page. And I'll tell you what, you can't get it cheaper than free. Is there any more questions from anyone? I don't know whether you know, guys, the new people, Stephen and Colin have been working hard behind the scenes there. You probably know in our back office, I think it's under resources, isn't it, Colin, where you can go in and get the presentation in different languages. Colin and Stephen have been less than, I'm not able to know how bad it was because I don't speak Japanese, but they say it's quite a poor presentation. So what I'll let Colin say a little bit about it, or Stephen, what they've done with the help of a couple of apps, they've been able to translate John Kinnear's 10-minute presentation into Japanese. And in fact, for anyone, if you know anyone in Japan, Stephen has actually also, he's going to do it today. He's actually doing his landing page and he's going to put Japanese subtitles on. So if anyone, Colin will tell you, it's not only relevant for Japan, any language, Colin's got a video on it, but I'll let Colin explain it in his own words. Colin, over to you, sir.
Right, yeah. So we had a meeting on Tuesday and we went through this as well. It's basically using a series of apps. So we got a transcribing app to get the video words into text, and then check the text, proofread that, use another app to translate into the language, get a native speaker in that language to proofread that, and then it's a case of uploading that to the video, whether that's in dubbing form or subtitle form. It's still a work in progress. We're getting mixed reviews on the quality of the DeepL is the software we're using for the translation. Some people say it's really good. It's like 80–90% there. Some people say it's atrocious. So we're getting kind of like mixed reviews there.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly doable, and saves a lot of the trouble of going away and reinventing the wheel.
And another thing, thank you for that, Colin. Another thing we've got a lady called Joanna. Lots of you will already know her. She's our investment banker, and she's coming on a call on Tuesday with us. She hasn't got a lot of support from her upline. She's got 2 directors who, I won't name their names, to say they're male chauvinist pigs would be an understatement, and they don't value anything that Joanna brings to the table. I think they might be a few slices short of a loaf, because we know what this lady does bring to the table. And I'm guessing they don't like her because she's actually sharper and knows more than them. And everything that we're trying to do and the way we treat our people, everyone is encouraged to bring something to the table. If Ben, for example, thought he knew our compensation plan inside out, we don't like talking all the time. Ben could say, Ron, could I do a 10-minute spiel on it? You are encouraged to do that. But the way that Joanne treats her team is away from us. So we're almost joining forces. So she's going to be on our Wednesday night call, which will be recorded, and she's going to come along. Janet will tell you, if you haven't seen the video, what she's found out about a wallet which will benefit us all. Do you want to give people who haven't seen the video a quick update on that, Janet?
Yeah, as long as my voice holds out, I'll gladly do that. Okay. Probably many of you know that Ron found a wallet, Crypto Pay Me. I tried it, and personally I didn't like it because it's quite an expensive wallet to actually buy Bitcoin in. But with this, we don't want to buy Bitcoin. What Joanna has found is that when you actually go into Crypto Pay Me, once you've got an account, and you go to the pounds wallet or the euro wallet or any of the currencies in there, there is, and you click on address, it comes up with something that looks like a Bitcoin wallet address. This was very interesting yesterday, and I really urge you to go onto the CFX People Helping People Facebook group, because Ron's posted the video in there. So if you go into the GBP wallet in our country and you click on the little box at the end, you actually get a wallet address that looks very much like a Bitcoin wallet. You can go and paste that into your back office of CFX, and when CFX pay you your withdrawal, it hits the crypto pay wallet in your fiat currency. So if when we're all sleeping, Bitcoin, for example, is at 40K and you get paid, and we wake up in the morning and it's dropped 5K, your money is protected because it's coming to your account in your fiat currency. I think it's brilliant. It protects your Bitcoin. So especially if you're wanting to upgrade and you've woken up and you've lost a few thousand, you won't have the money to upgrade, but it's protected because it's going to be in there in your own fiat currency for you then to be able to pay back into CFX.
No, you're right. And I said, thank you for that, Janet. I sent it to Ray, and Ray made the point. Isn't it just proved, Ron, is we don't know everything about everything. I didn't know that. I want to add a few things to it. Can we get Joanne on the call? So it's brilliant, isn't it? The different people, Colin and Stephen, have brought the translation to the table. We've got Joanna, who's telling us how we can mitigate the variances of Bitcoin. So, no, it's all great, guys. Does anyone, just before we go, I don't like to ask people pointedly because they might be embarrassed. They can do it on a private call, but does anyone want to share their activity levels in the last week or any challenges they might be having? If you'd rather do that privately, that's okay. You can get me on a private call. But I think when we go to our next call next Monday, we ought to, everyone should just come up and say, well, I put down 5 a day, Ron, or 10 a day, and here's what's happening. Stephen, carry on, sir.
Ron, when you talk to the higher ups, could you ask for me, well, let me ask you this question. How important is the PDF presentation? Because that's something Colin and I, we haven't been able to crack that yet because we don't have a blank slate to put text over. We just have what's there in Japanese and Korean. So should we spend some time and fix this PDF presentation, or can we get a blank copy of one?
I don't know the answer to that, Stephen, but I'm happy to ask. If you can put what you said, a little bit, it was above my pay grade, put in a simple message for an old man who's losing it. Put it in a simple message for me, Stephen, and I will zap it off to Ray, just like I got you an answer for your dear mum. I'll get you an answer to that, Stephen. No worries.
Okay, cool.
Happy to help. So, Jonathan, tell us, this is your first call with this crazy bunch of people. Do you feel you found your spiritual home, or is this going to be the last time we're going to see you? We don't mind you being honest. No pressure.
No, it's not going to be the last time, Ron. It's been quite useful. What is a PDF presentation? I don't know that one.
Well, I'll let Stephen tell you.
Well, it's a file that you can email. Instead of watching the video, it's basically the video in text form with graphics.
It's slides, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's in the back office.
Sorry, I missed that.
Sorry, it's in, oh, sorry. It's in the back office of your CFX account. If you go to resources, you will find that there's about 32 different languages with the PDF files explaining in that language. But what Stephen and Colin have found is that the translations for Japanese and Korean are not very good at all. But obviously French and German and Italian, perhaps you could actually check the Italian one out for us and let us know if the PDF file there is good for putting out to other Italians. Could you do that,
Okay.
Callum?
Yeah, I can check it out,
Thank you.
Ciao.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
so
not-
that's where it is, Jonathan. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that one before.
That's okay. It's worth taking a few minutes and just having a look and clicking on all the different tabs in the back office. I mean, it was Stephen that pointed out to me that there were certain times where they're doing presentations in other languages. And I didn't even know that was there till I looked at what Stephen put together. So thanks, Stephen.
No, that's great. Well, I don't want to hold you guys up too long. We've just gone over the hour. We will take any more questions if anyone's got them. Otherwise, we will wish you all good day. You go and do what you've got to do. I've got a little bit of painting to do in the garden. And we will catch up on Monday. So just to remind you of the schedule, you should all know it. Our opportunity calls where we bring people to Tuesday, 11 a.m. UK time. 7 p.m. Japan, 8 p.m. UK. Our other one is that's Terrific Tuesday, Wacky Wednesday, 8 p.m. No good for Jenny and the Japanese guys, but you know they're always recorded. And our mentoring
Japanese
call,
speakers.
we have 3 of those a week. One is Monday morning at 11 o'clock. The other one is Friday morning today at 11 o'clock. And the other one, which Jenny added for our people in the UK who are working, is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. And I think next week, Janet and I have been invited on Joanna Martorini's calls. We didn't want everyone on. She's invited Janet and I on to see what goes on there. And as I said, Joanna is going to come on our 2 opportunity calls, and I'm sure we're going to give her a welcome with open arms, because she really is a very switched on lady, guys. And you know, they all bring different things to the table, don't they? So thank you again, guys, for coming on the call. Lovely to catch up with you all again. What shall I say cheerio in Italian? Ciao. And for the ladies, I think it's called ciao bella. Paolo, have I got that right?
Yes, it's fine.
Well, look at that. That's how bad my Italian is. Cheerio, everyone. You have a great day now.
Okay. Thanks,
Happy
guys.
to say,
Thank you,
everybody.
Colleen. Bye-bye, Stephen. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ron and Janet.
Bye.
Bye-bye.